Insurance companies use step therapy to control costs, limiting how much they spend on medication. Now, it happened here on US 41. The person was going south on the northbound lane, and that's how this crash happened. The Obama administration believes students should be able to use whichever bathroom for the gender they identify with. It's tough to survive this area. Once again, very wooded, mucky, there's water, all sorts of different issues. One controversial measure also soon to take effect is in the hands of a Tallahassee judge. These states above employ about 50% more people in high technology jobs. So imagine you're driving on the road and something hits your windshield. It can happen just that quick. The cost for you could be thousands, serious injury, or your life. But the cost for the person who lost the load could be just a couple $100s from a citation. With a shooting of this magnitude, many of those loved ones are still waiting to hear from those they knew were in the club last night. It's a terrifying waiting period as authorities slowly release information. Terror in an Orlando nightclub.
Before the ending came.
For Andrew Aleman, a fun night turned into a life-altering tragedy. He was in the club when the gunman pulled the trigger. 5, the amount of friends he says he's lost in the shooting and the amount injured.
To find out that half of these people that we know are dead and half of these people that we were just fellowshipping with are dead or hurt bad. It's crazy.
The attack was committed at Pulse Orlando, known as a gay nightclub just south of downtown.
Very high anxiety, sadness for everyone involved.
Orlando, being a close neighbor to the Bay Area, hits even closer to home for Henry Mull from Tampa. His niece texted him she was in the club. He still hasn't heard from her.
We don't have any information. We just got here from Tampa, and we're desperately trying to find some kind of information.
Police and the FBI have about 10 blocks taped off with crime scene tape, but a clear view was still visible from the back of the club. Holes in the building show part of the attempt to reach the gunman. Sammy Mondi, also in the club during the shooting, says he was lucky to get out.
Confusion. I mean, nobody really knew what was going on the first 10 minutes.
And many from around Orlando and the country have shown support.
I just want to say I don't want this to affect us as a community or anything. I think this hopefully will join us together to make us stronger.
We know there were more than 300 people in the club last night. The gunman was armed with an assault rifle and a handgun. Live in Orlando, I'm Garin Flowers, 10 News, WTSP. You see it happening all across the country, these tragedies between police officers and black men. But regardless of race, a situation with an officer can happen to anyone. So what should you do when you get pulled over?
If you have a firearm on you, stay motionless, keep your hands up in the air, tell the officer where the firearm is, do not reach for it.
Rick Shaw was on patrol for St. Petersburg Police for more than 30 years. He's now the department's spokesperson.
Do not make any quick actions, just let him direct you from this point. Now, if this is at nighttime, it might help to turn your dome light on so he has a better visual of the passenger compartment of the vehicle.
A lot of people like myself don't have a concealed weapon. Should I just keep my hands on the steering wheel in that case?
Keep your hands where the officer can see them. That's always recommended, yes. And the biggest thing I tell people is remain calm, don't be confrontational.
Shaw has even been on the other end of aggressive police behavior.
When I was undercover, I had hair down to my waist and a long, nasty beard a lot of my career, almost half of my career. So I was stopped a lot by patrol officers. I would put my hands up like this. As soon as he came to the window, I would say, "Officer, I work for the St. Petersburg Police Department. I work undercover. I have a concealed weapon on my person, and I have a license to carry it." Now, that didn't always go so well. I've been put in handcuffs on several occasions during my career because of the way I looked and the officer trying to be safety conscious. But I didn't argue with them. I didn't confront them. Kept my hands. I didn't make any furtive movements. I didn't reach for anything. I let the officer direct me.
In St. Petersburg, Garin Flowers, 10 News, WTSP.